Where exactly the beginning starts, I'm not sure. There were forces at play that sparked the origin of my existence long before. I walk this earth as a human. What I am is unclear. I'm not human, nor do I classify under any known life forms that have existed before. I guess you could say that I am a highly evolved hybrid of human due to an unforeseen side effect. Because of my role and duties in heaven as the angel Lucifer, son of the morning star and bearer of the first dawn in creation. In translation, my position in heaven was the cup-bearer of the first light in creation, a vessel through which God used to create the universe and spark the origin of inertia and existence. Scripture refers to me simply as the Word before the beginning of existence. I lived within existence, yet still not exactly as a man. I had always been different and had a gift that I was naturally born with, conductive or kinetic electricity, that I could redirect its flow, generate and build up to arc a spark from my body to another object or person. I first discovered this as a child, but later mastered it as an adult. As a kid, I would torment my brother by shocking him from a distance, as an arc of blue light and a brief electric discharge would reach out from me to him. It was enough to make him jump and get mad, begging my mom to make me stop. Later, I learned how to adapt the skill and alter the motion of objects by redirecting the path of kinetic friction. They generate while they move. All motion creates a discharge of kinetically generated energy. Due to the mass of objects around it and the friction it causes as it passes by those objects. Later, I discovered I had the ability to cross dimensional boundaries and alternate timelines by slipping between the fabrics of interwoven particles between dimensions. But I'm getting ahead of myself. Before all that, after I discovered my unique skills, I soon discovered I could project a duplicated projection of my life force, or the energy that gives the body life. Not only could I take that projected form and emulate the sensory characteristics of animals, but I could change that projected form into whatever animals I choose. As long as I understood the basics of its physical structure, I could move as they do, such as birds. Birds have a heightened sense of feeling in every feather. Each one is like its own finger with nerves and feelings of touch. This helps the bird to navigate its flight through the air. The serpent actually moves much like an earthworm. Its scale is like a suction cup of an octopus or manacle of a caterpillar, gripping the ground and pushing itself along. Soon I discovered I could project that form across time. The particle field of time is but a reflection imprinted on the fabrics of light. Particles that are always in motion close to the speed of light, between 992 36 million years to 996 84 million amperes. So to travel across time, all I needed to do was project my avatar, as I call it, at those speeds. Find the exact frequency of light that contained the time period's reflection I'm seeking, exceed the speed of light to enter a field beyond time and space with my destination focused on that frequency of light, resonating pattern of spectrum frequency, then slow down below the speed of the temporal particles of light to re-enter the universe at that moment of time's point of being imprinted on the light particle in viola. My projected form was able to travel to other time periods. However, this method has a side effect on my physical body due to the connection my projected form still had to it. It caused my astral avatar to rapidly evolve by millions, if not hundreds of millions of years. But that timetable was watered down when it affected my physical body, only aging about 5 years by the time I returned to it, causing me to become what I have. In spirit, I am a luminous being within a physical shell. But if I allow my life force to evolve too far, then that luminous being would evolve past the need for a physical conduit. But I managed to find a way to reverse my evolution, to return to the physical state. Having discovered this innate ability, I realized what its implications meant. It meant that I was the one they would come to call God, the creator of all that is. Using my logical reasoning, I thought about the effects these abilities could achieve and decided to set out onto the path of creation. But religious historical accounts had said that God consisted of a unity of beings working together as one. So I designed the idea of the Trinity beings and chose to examine those who I saw as the greatest men who had achieved the highest states of enlightenment and wisdom that would make them essential to the task ahead. Incorporating two of the Trinity into the intangible being that would become God, I labeled them He Who Was and He Who Is, reserving the third position for myself, He Who Had Yet to Be.
Before creation, there was a need and effect that required a cause. Beyond time and observation, A creator existed who could see every star, every galaxy, their birth, path, and decay. All at once, time to such a being was only an aspect. Cause and effect were not. Everything still required a beginning and an ending, so bringing something from nothing demanded careful design. The creator chose to work through a vessel, an incorruptible agent intentionally made to be capable of choice. This vessel would be resistant to the corrupting lure of power and desire. He would act, not be forced. The creator planned the vessel's life with precision so that every experience, every thought would lead to the one moment when the vessel would accept his purpose and initiate creation. Two primal forces governed the beginning. Gravity and kinetic energy. Opposing particles generated tension until energy built and fusion began. Small aggregations of matter fused into larger bodies, and a runaway sequence of fusion produced the first solid stellar object. To trigger and steer this process, the creator endowed the vessel with dominion over kinetic motion, the power to set inertia in motion. Because the creator existed beyond time, he could observe any point in the universe's history, but could not reference what lay before. He needed a cause that could choose to cross that boundary, so he brought the vessel to the edge of existence. The vessel did what he was made to do. He chose. Together they crossed into the void before being. There the vessel gathered all necessary causal chains, every condition and sequence required for existence, and in a single decisive action enacted them. Where the creator provided the effect, the vessel supplied the initiating cause. The vessel spoke, the creator declared, and light unfolded. Space took shape, the first star ignited in a burst of imploded radiance. At first, the vessel's role was straightforward: initiate inertia and set the processes in motion. But as existence unfolded, the vessel evolved. He became present at many points throughout the cosmos, eventually transcending ordinary boundaries of space and time himself. Over eons, he matured into something like a universe in his own right, an evolving presence that both participated in and shaped creation. This origin, because enacted by an incarnate will, effect provided by a transcendent creator, is another way to read the open of Genesis. The vessel's incorruptibility was essential. The creator needed a free, faithful will to enact the initial cause and later to correct the universe's imperfections. Physics and life would be set into motion, social instincts and limits established so that evolution could proceed without collapsing into decay. Where paradoxes and errors arose, those blurs at the edges of the laws, the creator, working through the vessel, made adjustments informed by trial and refinement. To test and demonstrate these principles, the creator re-entered creation in a form the cosmos could perceive, as a son who incarnated, died, and was restored, by living and dying within a mortal vessel and then transcending that mortality. The creator and his chosen agent proved how cause, choice, and correction function within the world. This cycle, incarnation, sacrifice, resurrection, prepared the vessel and the world for future corrections and for the continuing work of perfecting a finely tuned universe.